Hey everyone, it is Rebecca from ChemKnits, and it is now March 2020, and I am finally editing the vlog from when I was, preparing the mini skeins and starting to assemble the samplers from the 2019 ChemKnits Chanukah special. There are some cute elements, including a really long digression by Lucas, who makes an appearance as both a cameraman and then a vlogger himself. But I wanted to share it. There are definitely things missing from it, but hopefully, I'll pop back in to fill it up a little bit. So back to November 2019 we go. Hi everyone, I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and I thought it would be fun to vlog a little bit of the assembly of the 2019 ChemKnits Chanukah samplers. So I'm gonna informally be showing you some progress photos from along the way and talking about some of my thought process as I'm going from the yarn that I showed at the end of the videos to the minis that end up in the packages. I don't know if this is going to be the last video of 2019 or one of the first of 2020, but either way, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, everyone. And yeah, I cannot wait to finally show everyone everything. I'm here in my studio, and this is normally the part that you see in videos, but this is where I have been hiding all of the minis for the series. Seeing the minis in these bins really did help for me to keep an eye on the color stories that we were creating for the series. The last one that I filmed for the days of the week was this blue colorway, and I spent a lot of time looking here because I knew that this blue was going to be one of the bonus colorways that people would be opening up. And I honestly wasn't sure if I wanted to do blue because there's some blue in here, or a pink, there's also some pink in here, or like a brighter saturated green. But with a lot of debate, ultimately I decided that blue needed its moment to go with the saturated deep rainbow I was going for. The bonus colorways were stored in their own bins until they were labeled and wrapped up for the samplers. Now, obviously, some of the nights were all mini skeins, so those ones are ready to go already. Well, I still have to wrap them, but the minis are complete. Other nights are all full skeins, so these are the ones I'm going to go start prepping to turn into minis. My skein winder can wind 3 skeins at a time, but I only have one umbrella swift. Therefore, I have to make a bunch of yarn cakes. Making these yarn cakes, it serves a double purpose. Not only, my ball winder is squeaking, not only will I be able to wind more than one mini skein at a time with the automated skein winder, but I can also weigh one of the yarn cakes to make sure that I'm hitting 10 grams of yarn. My skein winder does have a counter on it, so early on I will calculate how many wraps equal 10 grams of the DK weight and of the fingering weight yarn, and so that way I know how big to make the minis. But how beautiful is this yarn? Were you guys really surprised that I included blanks in the series? One of the reasons why I bought an automated skein winder is to help save with the repetitive motion that can cause problems later on as you age. Eventually, I might be in the market for an automated cake, ball winder. That is something that I would love to have because it does, I do start to feel the wrist strain as I am making cakes. But I still find that this isn't as bad as winding everything by hand on my own. This is just so gorgeous caked up. For each night, I will wind about half of the yarn into cakes. Really, I could do 2 cakes in 1 skein at a time, but I think that might be harder for me to manage. So that's why I will be sticking with 2 at a time. When I calculate the number of pre-orders to set up, I calculate that I'm going to get 8 mini skeins per 100 grams of yarn. And I really think that the limiting rate will be the yarn from this night. because if the double-stranded blanks are under 50 grams, I'm really going to only get 4 10-gram minis out of this set. Even though the combined set of yarn is 96 grams, there will still be some smaller partial skeins. But this is something that I budget for when I am setting up these sets. And it means that I might potentially release some less than 10 gram set at the end. You know, maybe it'll have, I would say that it has over 5 grams for each night, so that way someone can get a slightly smaller 8-night sampler, if that makes sense. I made sure to try to leave enough time so that way I would not hurt myself winding all of these yarn cakes. In the Summer Mini Skein mini-series, I tied bows for every single mini in all the samplers. And that repeated motion of taking the like short little tabs and tying them into a bow actually ended up like I don't know if it was also the motion of like slipping the tag onto them, but my arm hurt the next day. So that's one big reason why I decided to mix up the packaging this time to try to make things a little easier on my joints while still being beautiful and really excitingly wrapped. At least I hope that's what you guys will think. By now you've realized that the fun extra this year are some handmade stitch markers. The ones included in the 8-night samplers are these adorable Chanukah. I love this little charm so much. And then also some beakers. I was actually given a stitch marker that had a similar beaker last year, and then when I came across these as I was looking for charms, I knew that I wanted to share this fun stitch marker with everyone. I opted for a lobster claw over a ring because I like it because I can use it as a progress keeper or insert it onto circular needles after I have forgotten to add stitch markers in the appropriate round. So it comes in super handy. And this is big enough to fit a lot of different needle sizes. For the bonus skeins, I have these adorable little dreidel stitch markers. And on the top, you can see that we even have the Nun Gimel Hayin Shin, the Hebrew letters for Nes Gadol Hayasham. A great miracle happened there. And I think that these are so cute. A few people got both bonus skeins, so I will give them one dreidel and then one other stitch marker that I've made. Maybe it'll be one of these DNA markers, but I'm not sure. I have a few other things in my new little kit to play with. I'm starting to wrap up the limited edition sparkle yarn. Each one of them needs a hang tag first, and then I will be wrapping them in some sparkly tissue paper and putting them inside an organza wine bag with a label with the date the video is coming out, so that way people know when to open it if they want to wait for the video to open up the yarn. This is so pretty and fun. Now I'm going to go ahead and add stitch markers onto the bows of this set, but since I want to make sure that people who ordered both limited edition sock yarns get 2 different stitch markers versus 2 of the same, on the next set I'll wait and add the stitch markers at the end. How cute is that? Isn't that fun? Yeah, stitch markers have been making me so happy lately. I don't nearly have as much time to knit as I would like, but using these fun stitch markers just make me grin as each row goes by. So I really hope that you guys will like these because they certainly brought me a lot of joy to make them. What am I working on now? Labels. Each of the labels has the date on it. So that way, if people aren't aware of the night of Hanukkah, they know which night to open it. Hi, Indy. The nice thing with having all of the yarn in bins is that it made it really easy to play around with the order that things would show up. So I knew that this blue had to be night number 8 because that's how I filmed it in this series. But it was some of these others that were a question. And I needed to make sure that these made sense with the Dye Pot Weekly videos that would be coming out around the same time. Originally, I had this one first, this rainbow one. But given that this is a technique that I had shown before, I felt okay moving it after the Christmas blank that I showed earlier in the first 4 nights. But now that half of the full skeins are caked up, it's time to bring out that skein winder and start winding. Here is my rough setup for skein winding. I have my Swift that you can see has had multiple repairs of its own, a scale so that way I can weigh the minis, or actually the yarn cakes as I go, and then this is Triss, my automated skein winder. And Triss has a little counter so that way I can count the wraps, so that way I won't have to weigh things every time. Eventually I'll be able to know from just the wraps themselves. The differences here are one of those things I talk about sometimes, where you can't really tell when you look at reskeined yarn what the color transitions are like. And you can get a better feel, even when it's twisted up, from the whole skein. Here, it looks like there are some smaller patches of color that are a little random. And here, it's just hard to tell how long or short they are, which is why, in general, I prefer not to reskein my yarn. Okay, does it look like it's recording?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
This is Rebecca from ChemKnits, and today she is making this amazing yarn set. It's so amazing. She does it so well. Well, I'll talk with you after she's done with this. Oh, thank you.
So I asked you to film. I didn't know you were going to narrate. So what did you want to tell everyone?
I wanted to tell you that this is Rebecca from ChemKnits, my mom, and my name is Lucas. And today she is winding. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeins of yarn.
A lot more than 6. I'm winding mini skeins.
Oh.
For Hanukkah, can you tell everyone Happy Hanukkah?
Happy Hanukkah! Yeah.
What else did you want to say?
I will talk with you when the video starts. Over and out. Bye. On.
Did you press the button?
Yes.
Can you see the numbers going up?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm taking off the mini skein, and
It looks like she's winding it up.
Well, yes, I sort of roll it up to weigh it to make sure it is an okay weight, and it's over 10 grams. Then I clip it, and then I do it with the next one.
Yep, and now she's gonna wind more yarn. Yay!
Oh, is that your favorite part?
Yep. Oh, and
What?
can I show them the dinos?
No.
Oh. Well, we have these dinos that
Lucas, I said no, just keep it on the yarn.
well, I'll just tell them. Oh. And remember, we have these like dinos in November, which is called our November. They come to us and they hide every night. Today, Spiny is hiding in our Lego set.
Lucas, Lucas. Wait, why is it on you now?
Because I'm showing them.
No. All right, what do you want to say?
So, we have these dinos that come every November. Well, almost every. And it's called Dino-November. Every day, they hide in a different spot. And when they stay in the same place twice nights, means something different's going to happen. One day we're waiting for a friend named Spiny the Spinosaurus, Henny the Pterodactyl, and Dino Dude the T-Rex. Now they're all hiding in different places. Dino Dude is hiding on our shelf. Henny is, well, hiding on our picture, and you won't believe where Spiny is hiding.
Where?
And our Harry Potter Lego castle.
What?
It's so hilarious! Man. I looked everywhere. I was like, where is he? My dad talked to them, asked, have you seen Spiny? And they said, well, he's pretending to be a wizard. He was with Helga Hufflepuff or Rancher Ravenclaw, and all the others. So, have a nice Hanukkah. See ya. Oh, and I wanted to show you some of the Lego minifigures I have. Be right back.
No. For the cards, I played with some glitter, 3D paint, and some stamps of my yarn in a 2-neck round bottom flask logo. And then I cut the scalloped edges using some shaped scissors. Who doesn't love a good gel pen? Wishing you light and laughter this Hanukkah season. At this point, I started wrapping and packaging up the samplers. I did take some really cool stills as I was packing up the boxes so you could see what went into them. I used the navy and white packaging for the fingering weight samplers and the more teal and white packaging for the DK weight samplers. This made my life a lot easier when it came to keeping track of what I had left. Whew. I am packaging on the first floor of my house, but my printer, and therefore where I'm printing all the shipping labels, is up on the 3rd floor. So I'm running up and down the stairs a lot, but it is so worth it, and I think that these are so cute. I ended up going with these Atom stitch markers for people who ordered both the bonus Hanukkah sock and Sparkle sock colorways. Oh my goodness, you guys. I just dropped off the first batch of samplers to the post office. And normally I pre-print the labels, so when I go, I just have them scan it in so I get it on a receipt that I dropped off that tracking number. For some reason, the scales weren't working, and the scales can be temperamental, and so some of the postal workers who are there most often, they'll sort of tap the scale and then put the package on and it'll get the reading. But it just wasn't getting the reading, and so we had to go to another counter. I don't know, something that usually takes 4 minutes tops for, about 20 packages took 20 minutes. I feel so bad for everyone who's in line behind me. But yeah, normally it doesn't take that long. So, I mean, it's not a huge issue or anything. It was just so odd. But in the end, all the packages I brought today did get scanned in. So hopefully those are all gonna go off onto trucks and planes and wherever packages go to end up at your doorsteps. Heading out with the second huge round of packages, 24. I'm not sure if this is the most I've ever posted at once. The biggest volume of bags, certainly. But I can carry it all, and that is what is important. The post office went pretty well. There was no line, which is odd for first thing in the morning. I usually try to go around 10:30 because it's before people are on their lunch break, but after people are trying to hit the post office right before they head to work. But I went first thing today because I have another round of packages I want to ship. Yay! I did it! I finally dropped off all of the rest of the pre-orders, and now I have to go wrap and count and figure out how many more I will be able to release. But I am so excited that my estimates were all correct and I had enough minis for all of the pre-orders. I mean, I planned things that way, but still, it's good when everything works out the way that I wanted it to. And now I just have to cross my fingers that all the packages make it where they're supposed to and that you guys get your samplers and are so excited to open them. I'm so excited. So here they are, the 8 Nights of Hanukkah, with some bonuses. All of the samplers contained this colorway, and then this one varied for the full samplers. But altogether, it does have a really nice rainbow finish. Even if I take those 2 bonus ones away, this color will fit into the rainbow in many different parts, depending on where in the blank set came from. But I just thought that it would be really, really fun to create this sort of saturated rainbow. And now the rest is history. The packages thankfully made it to their destinations. They were all marked as delivered. And I loved watching you guys unwrap and share the minis each night with so much excitement. It made things exciting for me as well. I wish that I was able to do live premieres for more of the videos, so that way I could hang out with you guys in the chat room while the videos were airing. But next year, Hanukkah is a bit earlier in December, I think, or this year, I guess. Hanukkah's a bit earlier, so hopefully I'll be able to tune in live more with you, because I love being able to answer questions on things on the first viewing, and it's just a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys thought about this vlog. It was a lot of fun for me to keep track of everything as it was happening, especially because the hardest part about all of this is that I couldn't share spoilers. I couldn't share pictures of my dye pots or give sneak peeks of the videos coming because it's a mystery and I needed to remain a surprise. And so vlogging it gave me a really nice outlet as I was working on the projects. And maybe, no promises, but maybe I can do this as I plan the next series. Either the one that maybe will happen this summer or next Hanukkah. Let me know what you think, and I can share some more of these behind the scenes thoughts as I go into creating sets and mystery packages that I send to you guys. And oh my Lucas, I had completely forgotten that I had him film footage for this until I started editing last night, and I cracked up. I asked you guys over on Instagram whether or not I should leave Lucas's Dye November description in its entirety or if I should cut it down. And I'm not sure what the results are currently as I'm filming these conclusions, but I know I'm going to leave at least a little bit in, and I'm definitely going to cut some out. So just imagine it could have been even longer. Lucas is excited to do more filming and videos with me this summer. He's very excited for Camp Yarn. So yeah, I love working on these with him. We need to work on his camera skills, but he wants me to label one of the tripods as his so we know whose tripod is whose. He's got plans, and I have some really fun ideas of videos I can create with him. Ryder will also show up in some videos. He tends to be less interested in playing ChemKnits with Mommy, and so therefore I only include him when he's interested and wants to participate. But we'll see. Who knows? Going forward, he might also start requesting to play ChemKnits with me more. All right, friends. This was a long video, but it was so much fun to watch back, and it's got me so inspired to create more samplers. And thank you so much for watching and hanging out with this journey. Make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on so you don't miss a new video. I release videos every Tuesday and Friday mornings. Even when special series are going on, I keep up my normal Dye Pot Weekly schedule. So that way you know when you can count on some new yarny content. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.